Welcome! In this playthrough of Marvel Champions card game, we take on Scenario 2 of the Galaxy's Most Wanted with Rocket and Groot going up against the Collector. So down at the table for this, we need to infiltrate the museum. Though the Badoon were formidable, the teamwork and coordination between the Avengers and Guardians was enough to quell Drang's onslaught. After the battle, Gamora is able to extract critical information from Drang about why they attacked Earth by using a few persuasive interrogation techniques. As it turns out, Tannelier Tiven, better known as the Collector, heard about the Reality Stone on Earth. Already having the Power Stone in his possession and always looking to expand his collection, he hired the Badoon to steal Earth's stone. Deciding it is best if the Collector has no stones at all, you set out towards his museum. So we can see here for the villain deck, we're using the Collector, main scheme, counter decks, infiltrate the museum, galactic artifacts, menagerie medley, and standard. And for additional setup, reveal the Gallery of Splendor, card 179A, and shuffle the Badoon Headhunter, card 183, minion into the counter deck. Then if there's at least one mark in the Headhunter defeated section of the campaign log, which there is, shuffle the On the Hunt card, 184. So with all that, our Collector, scheme of 2, attack of 1 is where he starts out. Forced interrupt when a card, player, or encounter would be placed into a discard pile from play. Put it face up into the collection instead, and starts with 13 health per player. So that sounds pretty nasty. So this is just going over the sets we're using. For setup, create the collection game area. See insert for details. Put the top card of each player's deck face up into the collection. Then we're going to have a threshold of 10 per player. Hero action. Choose to either exhaust your hero or spend 2 resources of any type. Discard 1 card from the collection to its owner's discard pile. Limit once per round per player. If there are at least 5 per player cards in the collection, or if this stage is completed, the players lose the game. So it's starting with 8 threat on it to start with. So that's pretty nasty. Then the Gallery of Splendor. Hinder 3 per player, worth a victory point. When defeated, place the top card of each player's deck face up into the collection. Of course, we've got our sets here. The Badoon Headhunter, and since we took him out in the last game, now On the Hunt gets shuffled in. All right, for my deck construction, Rocket going aggression just because it seems right with him. Groot, while protection did feel right, threat was always a problem, so going with Power of Justice. So Rocket, 4 to 2, attack of 1, defense of 1. Abilities murdered you. As a response, after you deal excess damage to an enemy, draw a card. Hand size of 5, 9 health. And Alter Ego, recovery of 3. Tinkering has an action. Choose and discard a tech upgrade you control to draw 2 cards once per round. Hand size of 6 on that side. And I picked the Heavy Cannon to go as a Milano mod for him. And in this scenario, we don't get the Milano. So as a hero action, exhaust Heavy Cannon, deal 1 damage to each enemy. If you control the Milano, deal 1 additional damage to the villain. Then for aggression, 2 power of aggression. Combat training, just because I think I might actually put it on Groot, because he's got better thwart, but we'll see what happens in here. It will probably work best with his ability to go on there. Maybe 2 combat trainings would have been better. Relentless Assault, just because, hey, it's Rocket Raccoon. We need that. Piercing Strike, just a 2-cost card, giving us 3 damage and piercing. Hall of Heroes, after you defeat a minion, place a glory counter here. Alter Ego action, exhaust Hall of Heroes, remove 3 glory counters from it to draw 3 cards. Lie in wait to sit around for that minion to pop in we don't want to see. And for my allies, we've got Brawn, Bug, Spider-Girl, the Hulk, which I'm probably just going to use as defense because I've got more mental in here than I normally like to put in a build with him. Thor, Tigra, and Valkyrie. And then for basic cards, got our 3 resources, Helicarrier, Flora and Fauna, 2 downtime, so I've got 2 endurance for him, 2 downtimes in case I do decide to go attack with Hulk. At least that way he won't do 1 damage to everybody, or less likely. And then some booster boots, just another tech in there. Then for Groot, 4-1, attack for 2 or 3 defense, Floor Colossus. As a forced interrupt, when Groot would take any amount of damage, remove that many growth counters from him. For each growth counter removed this way, prevent 1 of that damage, hand size of 5 and 10 health. Recovery of 4. He's got a growth spurt. As an action, place 2 growth counters on Groot to a maximum of 10. Limit once per round and a hand size of 6. Then we gave him some armor plating. It's a hero interrupt. When an identity would take any amount of damage, exhaust armor plating, prevent 1 of that damage. And then it's 2 of that damage instead if you control the Milano. Then going with a little bit of justice. Got 2 Power of Justice. All my allies, Agent Coulson. So I got, I think, 3 preparation cards in here for him. Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Quake, Speed, Wiccan, Under Surveillance, which is huge when you only have 1 scheme to go through. Then we've got 3 Clear the Areas and 3 for Justice. Spycraft ×2. So these are my preparation cards, along with Counterintelligence. Then we have Sense of Justice and Heroic Intuition, which I will definitely put that on Rocket Raccoon. Then our basic cards, Energy, Strength, and Genius. Gave him 2 Endurance. Helicarrier, then we've got Ironheart, just a good 2-cost ally. Flora and Fauna, and Deft Focus. All right, second play with Rocket and Groot. First time against the Collector. Seems kind of nasty trying to deal with his 2 items. So shuffle, gets 6 cards here. After I throw some around. Top 1 goes to the collection. We lose a Relentless Assault. Gain Combat Training, Tigra, Piercing Strike, Helicarrier, Salvage, and a Rocket Launcher. And I really like all these cards. I want to get both of those in play. That'd be sweet. We also have a Rocket Launcher, but we can get that back with Salvage. So that works. Reload, Power of Aggression, and a downtime. Then for Groot, give him a shuffle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Top 1, I am Groot. Wow, he stole his tagline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Endurance, I am Groot. Ironheart, a Vine Shield, We Are Groot, and a Root Stomp. So for getting set up first thing in the game, I do like doing damage, but I want to get some things out for him. Endurance might be big. And oh, tough status might be good too, even though it's, yeah. Coulson, Flora and Fauna, Endurance, and Clear the Area. All right, we're bringing out the Helicarrier. Salvage. After you spin this card, put a tech upgrade from your discard pile on top of your deck. Then, as an action, choose a player. Reduce the resource cost of the next card that player plays this phase by 1. So, our Rocket Launcher goes back on top. We are going to bring in Tigra with the Power of Aggression and Downtime. 4-1, attack of 2, 3 health. After she attacks and defeats a minion, heal a damage from her. She's going to go and pop in to do 2 damage. Raccoon's going to flip over and thwart for 2. Groot is going to get 2 growth counters. Flip over, attack for 2. Next card we play over here is going to be 1 cheaper. Flora and Fauna. So place 2 growth counters on Groot, so up to 4. And ready him. Then we're bringing in Agent Coulson. After he enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a preparation card and add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. Don't think I any of his prep cards. Let's see. It's going to be Spycraft. And play only if you control a spy character, which he is. When you reveal an encounter card, discard Spycraft, cancel the effects of that card, and discard it. Then reveal another card from the encounter deck. So we'll do that. Fort for 2. And then he's going to exhaust to get his tagline back. Actually, Relentless Assault. And end your turn. So 5 cards are Launcher, he's got a plan, a Heavy Cannon, the Hulk, and a Pistol. And yes, she's got a damage on her. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Heroic Intuition, Energy, Helicarrier, Counterintelligence, and Fruition. So the Collector starts by putting 2 threat on the main scheme. Then he's attacking over here, and we're just going to take it. Base 1, 1 damage. Attacking over here, we're going to take it for 2 damage. And counter cards. Attached to the enemy with the lowest scheme. Would have been nice if a minion was out. Get us an extra encounter card next phase, unless we deal with it. Spend 3 energy resources to discard it. That's terrible. And a Headhunter. Scheme of 1, attack of 1, 7 health. Victory of 2, villainous, so when he activates, give him a boost card. So moving that on over. So we are going to bring in a Helicarrier. Then use the Helicarrier to bring in Heroic Intuition. Play under any player's control. Max 1 per player, give him +1 thwart. Coulson's going to thwart for 2. Maybe I'm not going to do all that. Can we bring the Helicarrier in? So I had these cards. I can spin those 3. Yeah. Spending 3 energy to get rid of that. Because that for, yes, and that goes over here. Use a Helicarrier on this side to bring in this Helicarrier. So he still did his thing. Groot's going to swing for 2. And we're going to see how nasty this is going to be. We're bringing in Hulk and actually attacking with him. Swinging for 3. And 1 damage to everybody. So 1, 1, 1 there, down to 7, lose 1 there. Coulson's not happy about that. Then takes his damage. Then she'll attack for 2, which is enough to defeat him. He goes to the victory display, which will hide over here. Heals 1, takes the damage. I'm going to bring in a Heavy Cannon. It's also to deal 1 damage to each enemy. If you control the Milano, deal an additional damage to the villain. Down to 20. And thwarting for 2. In turn. keeping her pistol. Some boots, energy, more boots, and Thor. Five cards on this side. Vines, under surveillance, focus, Wiccan, and genius. 2 threat. Attacking, we'll take it. 4 damage. Down to 7. That was a big hit. Hulk defends over here for 1, 3 damage. Hulk goes on display. Counter cards. Sign of Ghost. Schema 2, attack of 2, 4 health. You are confused. If you're already confused, take a damage. And caught off guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control. Not cool. Wow, just like that. First player token. Alright, Thor's coming into play. If you play Thor from your hand, deal 2 damage to the villain. 3 instead if you paid for this using a physical resource. I don't know what physical is this turn. So Thor comes in. Down to 18. Attack for 2 over there. And then she's going to attack for 2, which will defeat that. Oh, that's not looking good. Heal and take a damage. Next card, 1 cheaper. +1 thwart, and we gain the aerial trait, so we're thwarting for 3. Groot is going to bring in Wiccan. So after he thwarts, discard the top card of the encounter deck. For each boost icon discarded this way, deal a damage to an enemy. Thwarting for 1. Dealing 0 damage. Make the next card we play 1 cheaper to bring in under surveillance to take this up to 24. Increase the target threat value of the attached scheme by 4. Then exhausting to get a cannon back. And ending turn. We're keeping focus over here. Scent of Justice, 4 Justice, clear the area, and some Vine Spikes. Oh yes, and I wanted to flip over. Over here, 5 cards. Cannon, Strength, Battery Pack, Power of Aggression, and a Piercing Strike. So 2 threats. Attacking over here. Just taking it for 1, 2 damage. Scheming for 1, 2, 2. And counter cards. Inconspicuous box. Put the lowest cost card you control face up into the collection. If you cannot, this card gains surge. Oh. Someone just got UPS'd. It's a Kickstarter with thruster boots. So that's 6 out of 10. An obedience potion. Attach your identity. Get -1 thwart, attack, and defense. It's a hero action. Take a damage and spend 2 mental resources to discard this card. I don't like the collector. Back to our turn. Going to use our ability to get 2 tokens. Doesn't affect recovery. We're covering for 3, so we're up to 10. You know what? No, we're not. Staying at 7. We're flipping over and exhausting to get the boots back. Wiccan is going to thwart for 1. See if you can do some damage. 2 damage, down to 16. Make the next card he plays 1 cheaper. 2 clear the area. There was a thwart, so we lose confused. Then we're going to play for justice, removing 3 threat from a scheme. Helicarrier, bringing in depth focus. You also have to reduce the resource cost of the next superpower card you play this turn by 1. Then over here, bringing in a particle cannon. Enters play with 2 charge counters on it. Hero action, exhaust it to remove a charge counter from it. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. This attack gains overkill and ranged. So 2 counters on it. Using 1. Down to 12. Piercing strike. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. Getting piercing. Down to 9. Flip and recover up to 8. And yeah, we'll swing for 2. Down to 7. Ending our turn. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we've got a bug, a reload, genius, a pistol, and a battery pack. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we get 6 cards over here. And Spider Girl. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Daredevil for Justice. Jessica Jones, Power of Justice, and I Am Groot. All right, 2 threats. Scheming for 2, 3, 4. Attacking. We'll take it. So 1, do 1 damage to each character you control. So we take 1 damage there. Wiccan takes a damage, goes to a collection box. He was attacking for 1, so we lose this. Star Shark. Not a fan. All right, an image. Forced interrupt. When collector will attach to the collector, when you would take any amount of damage, put this card face up into the collection, prevent all that damage, and place threat on the main scheme equal to the amount prevented this way. That's crazy. The Servant Bot. Scheme of 1, attack of 1, 3 health, guard and patrol. All right, so over here, we're going to do what he does best and exhaust to get Coulson. No Wiccan. We're going to dub Helicarrier. So we can bring in the Daredevil, thwart of 2, attack of 2. After he thwarts, deal a damage to an enemy. So thwarting, or do I want to attack with him? Now thwart for 2. And for justice, removing 4 threat from a scheme. And we're just barely keeping that under control. Not so much there. Rocket flips over. 4 damage with overkill. So 2 and 2 down to 5. And we get to draw a card into salvage. I'm going to bring in a battery pack. Enters play with 2 charge counters on it. Exhaust the pack. Move a charge counter from this card to another tech upgrade you control. So 2 counters. I think he's going to take up more room. We'll transfer 1 up there. I'm going to bring in a pistol. Comes in with 3 charge counters on it. Exhaust it, remove a charge counter to deal 2 damage to an enemy. So it's coming in with 3. We'll spend 1 to take it down to 3 health. Spider Girl. After she comes into play, stun and confuse a minion. Don't know what they are. We're paying with that though, so we can put a tech upgrade from our discard pile on top. Don't even know if got one. A battery pack. Yeah, I like that. And a pistol. I think the battery pack's more important. Then we're a genius. 2 resources to get Coulson back over there. I think I messed up a damage somewhere. I forgot about his image thing. I think that would have went off with that. Up to 4. This goes over here. We throw a threat on that. I think that kind of fixes everything we've done. So, attacking for 2, down to 2 health. And Rocket's going to thwart for 2. And sure, let's go start the madness. Attacking for 2. All right. Scheme of 3, attack of 2. When revealed in player order, each player must choose to either put the top card of their deck face up into the collection or take 3 damage. Then force interrupt. He's still taking cards up to his collection, 28 health. All right, 3 damage or other things. Down to 4 health. Down to 5 health. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skeleton, Hall of Heroes, Brawn, Schadenfreude, and a battery pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strength, Quake, a Root Stomp for Justice, and a Root Stomp. Ooh, I'm liking those. If we can just stay alive there. All right, so 2 threats. Attacking. Spider-Girl defends. All right, so when revealed, you are confused. If you're already confused, take a damage. So he became the target. Spider-Girl's not going to make it. Goes up, sees the Hulk. And he's attacking for 2. Not pleased with that. And attacking over here. Thor's going to go be in the collection process. Ooh, goodness. Big time. Need a better system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not good. All right. Scheming. Yep. Oh, encounter. Foreshadowing into scheming. 1, 2, 3. 3. That's nice. And the box. Put the lowest cost card you control into the collection. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. Well, we've got a 1 cost card. So that goes to 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. And that is just once per round per player. All right, if we kill this guy, we lose. Cool. All right, we're bringing in a battery pack. So, oops, there's one of my counters. And the other, and it's going up on the cannon. I'm going to dub Helicarrier our next card so we can get +3 health and +1 attack. So we're up to 6 health. Then we're going to pitch 2 cards to get a battery pack back in our discard pile. And a hero action over here, discarding strength. I think we want Thor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Pistol for 2. And then she attacks for 2. Heals and takes her damage. He's going to flip and heal for 3. Groot's already done his once per turn up there. Make our next superpower one less. Root Stomp, deal 5 damage to an enemy. If it defeats it, we get a growth counter. So down to 23. And then thwart for 2. Deal a damage down to 22. Attack for 1 down to 21. And 4 damage down to 17. And we're going to flip and get 2 counters. So ending her turn. Can I do 17 damage next turn? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13. There's a possibility. So I'm going to discard for Justice, Armor Plating, Fruition, Spycraft, Clear the Area, and I am Groot. Dealing damage. All right, liking that. Should be able to take him out this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a problem, though. All right, 5 cards over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Piercing Strike, Downtime, Relentless Assault ×2, Valkyrie, and we've got a plan. 2 threat. Scheming for 3, 4. Scheming for 3. And 2 more. So 14, 15. And counter cards. Choose one. Put the highest cost card from your hand face up into the collection. Or discard the highest cost card from your hand, then place threat on the main scheme equal to that cost. So we're at 8 up there. Is that what a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I was a good player, I'd have more dice around me. But we've got tokens. Highest cost card is a 3. That's not going to lose us the game. 9, 10, 15. All right, so, yep. 3. So where are we at? There's 10. So we're at 13. And, oh, Groot is sad. May flip to alter ego. We already are. And exhaust, remove that from the game. Pass player. Use our ability to gain 4 health or 2 more tokens. Fruition for 2 tokens. Dub helicarriers. No, we don't need to do that. 1 helicarrier and deft focus. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. Down to 12. Helicarrier for over here. Oh yes, I did flip over to hero form. Helicarrier, deal damage to an enemy equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. He's got 6. So down to 6. We have 2 resources left. Might as well spend them to get someone back. Let's see. Spider Girl. Then over here, discard 2 resources to get. Well, he is. That's been over there the whole game. Piercing strike for 3 damage. Down to 3. Particle cannon for 4. And the collector has been defeated. But that was tough. That got too close for comfort. So we ended with 6 on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Threats up to 18 out of 24, thank goodness. All right, so finishing this thing up. So victory in the campaign log. Record units in each player's respective unspent boxes. I still don't have a copy for me yet, so this is my nice campaign log. You can see we are still both broke. So record 1 unit for each player. Done. Record a number of units for each player to a max of 3 equal to the victory values on encounter cards. We did take out the Badoon Hunter, so that's 2. Record 1 unit for each player if there are 1 per player or fewer cards in the collection. And we only have, there are 1 per player or fewer cards. Yes, that didn't happen because we've got 6 left. We've only got 1 of ours. Record 1 unit for each player if there is no threat on the main scheme. Yeah, that didn't happen. In the cards in the collection section, record the title of each player card in the collection. That is just going to be the Hulk. And if Badoon Headhunter's in the victory display, which he is, we're going to mark another box. So we have ended up with 1, 2, 3 money. All right, so before we spend our money, let's finish our story here. The Collector's Museum is getting captured part of your plan, Quill. As long as we escape with the Power Stone, yeah. You came to steal from me, but end up part of my collection. How delightful. You must know the stone would be. My lord, the Power Stone has been stolen. Who cut the power? Get it back. See, everything according to plan. Dumb luck is not a plan, Quill. All right, so what did we end up with? So for Rocket, he had 3 units, so we're spending all of them so we can take the fight to them, a 0-cost event. So hero action, look at the top 2 cards per player of the encounter deck. Discard any number of those, then place the rest on top or bottom of the encounter deck in any order, then draw a card. Then for Groot, he had 3 money. We're going to spend just 2 to get 2 different cards. Both are 0-cost events. We're getting Brainstorm. Fort, that's what he's doing for me. Hero action, name a card type, then look at the top card of your deck. If that card is the name type, remove 3 threat from the main scheme. Place that card on the top or bottom of your deck, then draw a card. Liking how that works. And then in Defiance, Hero interrupt, when an identity will take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent 2 of that damage and draw a card. So next will be Scenario 3, Escape the Museum. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.